functions. So first we're going to see whether these graphs are linear or not. The graph of a linear function should be a function, so it should pass the vertical line test, and it needs to be a straight line, like in the name. So I'm going to draw some graphs. All right, so A is not, because it's like a U-shaped graph, so it's not a straight line. So we'd say not a linear function. B is a linear function. It's a function because it would pass the vertical line test, and it is a straight line. VLT stands for vertical line test. Number C is not, because it's not a function. It would not pass the vertical line test. Even though it's straight, it does not pass the VLT. So this one is yes, it is a straight line and it would pass the vertical line test. All right, so looking at some charts. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 36, 30, 24, 18. So we're looking at the rate of change here. On top with the x's, we're adding 3. And on the bottom, we're subtracting 6. And since those numbers stay the same the whole time, if we divide -6 by 3, we get -2 every single time. So it is a function, and that's called a constant rate of change. So here's another one. 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 9, 20, 35. So we've got adding 2 every time on top. On the bottom, we have add 7, add 11. So you can stop there and say it's not a linear function because the y's don't add by the same every time. And so it does not have a constant rate of change. So a linear function is a graph whose a straight line. It has a constant rate of change. A nonlinear function does not have a constant rate of change, so its graph is not a straight line. So looking at some equations now, so we've got y equals 3.8, y equals the square root of x, y equals 3 to the x power, y equals 2 divided by x, y equals 6 times x minus 1, and y. So if you want to find out if something is linear or not, you can use this website called Desmos.com. So that's what I'm going to show you right now. So you type in Desmos.com to the search bar, and this is what the intro page looks like. And you're going to go to the graphing calculator. And when you go to the graphing calculator, you can basically type in any function, okay? So I already typed these in ahead of time to save time. So this is what y equals 3.8 looks like. And so it's a straight line and it would pass the vertical line test. So for 3.8, we're going to write yes, it is a function. Okay, now let's look at the square root of x. So this is what the square root of x looks like. As you can see, that line is somewhat curved, so it is not a linear function. And now we want to look at 3 to the x power. So 3 to the x power, went away. 3. Okay, there's 3 to the x power. That one is curved as well, so it is not a function. Now let's look at 2 over x. Hopefully this one's quick. There's what 2 to the x looks like. It is curved and not connected, so it is not a function. Now let's look at 6 times x minus 1. Okay, so that one is straight and it would pass the vertical line test. So that's a yes. And last one, y equals x squared. Right, so that one's the U-shaped graph, so it is not a linear function. Okay. So here is what it normally looks like. A linear function with 2 variables is an equation that can be written in the form y equals mx plus b, and that m is normally not capitalized. It just typed it in that way.